They hunted it across continents. They chained it, banned it, burned it, over and over again. Not once, not twice, but for centuries, because this book didn't just challenge empires. It threatened to undo them. This isn't some lost legend. It's not fiction. It's the true story of a book so powerful. Kings feared it, popes cursed it, tyrants outlawed it. And yet it survived. But what made it so dangerous? And why did the world's most powerful forces try so hard to erase it from existence? It started with a simple idea. Everyone should be able to read the truth for themselves. But in the 15th century, that idea was heresy. The truth was controlled. And the book at the center of it all was the Bible. Now you might think, wait, how can the Bible be the most banned book? Well, that's exactly what makes this story so shocking. Because for over 1,000 years, the Bible wasn't just a religious text. It was a weapon of control. Only the church could read it. Only the elite could interpret it. It was written in Latin, a language the common people couldn't understand. If you want to know what it said, you had to trust the priests. Until one man changed everything. His name was William Tyndale. In the early 1500s, Tyndale believed one thing with all his soul. The Bible should be available to everyone, in their own language. He didn't want power. He wanted truth. But that truth came with a price. Tyndale's translation of the Bible into English was considered a direct threat to the Catholic Church and the English monarchy. Because if people could read the scriptures themselves, they might question the church. They might resist control. They might reclaim their minds. That scared the powerful. So they made it illegal. Owning an English Bible could get you arrested. Reading it aloud could get you tortured. Printing it was punishable by death. But Tyndale didn't stop. He fled England, smuggled manuscripts, worked in secret. And in 1526, the first printed English New Testament was smuggled into England, hidden in barrels, cloth, and grain sacks. The response? Furious. The church launched public burnings of the books. Dozens of shipments were seized and destroyed. And Tyndale was declared a heretic. But that only fueled demand. People read it in secret, under candlelight. Some memorized pages in case their copy was confiscated. Others were executed just for owning it. The book became forbidden knowledge. And with every attempt to destroy it, it spread faster. Eventually, the church hunted Tyndale down. He was betrayed by someone he trusted, arrested in Belgium, imprisoned for over 500 days, and finally, strangled and burned at the stake in 1536. His final words? Lord, open the King of England's eyes. Just 2 years later, King Henry VIII authorized the printing of the Great Bible in English. Tyndale's translation became the foundation of nearly every English Bible that followed, including the famous King James Version. The man they killed for writing it became the reason millions could finally read it. But this story doesn't end there, because the Bible didn't stop being banned. In Soviet Russia, possession could get you arrested. In North Korea, it's considered a subversive weapon. In parts of the Middle East, distributing it is illegal. Even today, the Bible is banned or restricted in over 50 countries. But while the West was still wrestling with access to the Bible, another movement was taking place across the globe, and the war against this book and what it represents was far from over. In the 19th century, British missionaries smuggled Bibles into China, wrapped in rice bags or stitched inside coats. The imperial government at the time saw them as foreign corruption. The penalty for distributing them? Public flogging. In Japan, before the Meiji Restoration, Christianity and the Bible were outlawed for over 250 years. Entire villages were wiped out for harboring copies. Some believers would pass it down orally, line by line, generation to generation, because they knew getting caught meant death. Even in modern times, censorship continues, more advanced, more subtle. In North Korea, owning a Bible is considered an act of treason, punishable not just by imprisonment, but by execution. And sometimes entire families are sent to labor camps for one book, one copy. Meanwhile, in parts of the Middle East, the Bible is seen as a threat to national unity. It's illegal to import it, Digital copies are blocked by internet filters. If found, they're deleted, erased, silenced. But here's the irony. The more governments ban it, the more people want it. In Iran, underground churches print secret pages at night. One person prints Genesis, another Matthew. They trade pages like sacred treasure. In China, entire chapters are memorized by cell groups and recited in whispers. The government has even proposed rewriting the Bible to align with state values, censoring anything that challenges authority. Let that sink in. Rewriting a book that billions believe is sacred. Because even in this age of TikTok and satellites, this book still terrifies the powerful. Why? Because unlike other texts, the Bible doesn't just tell people what happened. It tells people who they are. And more importantly, who they answer to. It wasn't just religious leaders or governments that tried to silence it. It was also intellectuals, movements, philosophers, entire political systems. During the French Revolution, Bibles were burned publicly in an effort to purge religion. During Soviet rule, churches were converted into museums of atheism. Owning a Bible wasn't just illegal, it was mocked, portrayed as backward, ignorant, primitive. This wasn't just physical suppression. It was ideological warfare. If they couldn't burn every copy, they'd do something worse. Convince you it didn't matter. But today, despite everything, the Bible remains the most printed, translated, and distributed book in history. It's been translated into over 3,500 languages, reaching people in jungles, deserts, prisons, war zones. In fact, one of the most smuggled items in the world today is still the Bible. That should tell you something. That even in a digital world, where knowledge is everywhere, this book still holds a kind of gravity. Because whether you believe in it or not, people have lived and died to read it, to protect it, to hide it, to share it. So maybe it's not about religion. Maybe it's about freedom. The freedom to think, to question, to read for yourself, and to decide what you believe, not what you're told to believe. In the end, the Bible isn't just the most banned book in history. It's the most feared, the most protected, and the most resilient. Because every time they tried to silence it, it spoke louder. What makes the Bible the most banned book in history isn't just the number of countries that tried to destroy it. It's the fact that it always comes back. Smuggled, translated, whispered, hidden, but never defeated. If you made it this far, you just heard one of the most powerful untold stories in human history. Subscribe to this channel if you want to uncover more banned books, erased nations, and forbidden truths from our past. Comment below, what's one book that changed your life, or that you think the world will be afraid of? Like the video to help this story reach more people. Share it with someone who needs to hear what history tried to bury. And remember, they tried to destroy it. But now you know why they couldn't.